So a 12-week goal, it breeds urgency. A yearly goal breeds comfort, breeds procrastination, which is probably why you procrastinated on your goals and did not achieve the goals that you set out to achieve last year. Phase 2, okay? Phase 2 I want you to look at as your planning phase. What's up, y'all? Tyler Devereaux here, and man, today I'm gonna be walking you through the goal setting and execution process. And listen, now you're getting even more specific with your goals and you're planning the process throughout. Now remember, you have specific goals that you're gonna achieve throughout the year. I like to set 3 goals at a minimum, but no more than 5 major yearly goals. No more than 5 major yearly goals. And that, once again, is for all my operational roles within my company, my visionary roles within the company, dad, personal, husband. If you get more than this, it gets too complex. And we already talked about the enemy of execution is complexity. So 3 to 5 goals max that you're gonna achieve for the year. I would rather you err towards the smaller side than the bigger side. But set some goals that you're gonna achieve for the year. Now, once you have those yearly goals defined, specific goals that you're gonna achieve, now you're gonna break them into step 1 of phase 2, which is your 12-week goals. We actually have a journal that I use that helps me through this process. It's called the Think Bigger Journal, okay? If you need one of these, we'll throw the link in. This is a journal that we've created at our company here that you can use to do the same thing, and it breaks these things down, walks you through the goal setting process. And this is what I use for, honestly, it's what I use for phase 2 and for phase 3. So in here, we set 12-week goals. So what that means is I'm gonna take my yearly goals and I'm now set these into 12-week goals. The way you do that is you need to set from your yearly goal, which ones you're gonna focus on quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. That's an easy way for you to break down your yearly goals into now understanding where you're gonna identify your 12-week goals. Your 12-week goals, because again, lots of people set yearly goals. So much more can be achieved in a year than we think can be achieved. So much more can be achieved within 12 weeks than you think. But I also want to remind you back to the RAS, the reticular activating system. The base of our brainstem is a bundle of nerves called the RAS. It's called the reticular activating system, the RAS. And what that does is it acts as a filter. The RAS acts as a filter that only filters things up to the conscious mind that it deems relevant and important. See, another thing that the RAS feeds to the conscious brain are things that are urgent. And a yearly goal, my friend, is not urgent. It's not urgent. But a 12-week goal, well, man, you can only miss so many weeks before you can't achieve your goal. So a 12-week goal, it breeds urgency. A yearly goal breeds comfort, breeds procrastination, which is probably why you procrastinated on your goals and did not achieve the goals that you set out to achieve last year. Let's make sure we don't make the same mistake this year. So a 12-week goal, what are you gonna achieve within 12 weeks? And your 12-week goal has to be in line with your yearly goal. And as per usual, your 12-week goal also needs to have that same specificity in mind. Specificity in mind. So that's your 12-week goal. From your 12-week goal, you're now gonna break it down into what I call major progress points. Human psychology, we are wired, man. We are wired for progression. Our brains are wired for progression. So if we can set this I'm gonna tell you right now is the game changer. These next couple steps that I'm walking you through are some of the game changers that 99% of people do not do. Semi-productive people will set yearly goals. The highly productive set quarterly 12-week goals. The 1% then break it down into monthly goals. And the 1% of the 1% check in on their goals every single day, multiple times a day. So what I'm about to walk you through is that process to become the top 1% of the 1%. You have your 12-week goal and you're gonna break it down into major progress points. For example, in 12 weeks, let's say that my goal is I wanna read 10 books in the first quarter, the first 12 weeks of the year. That's my 12-week goal, is to read 10 books within the quarter. My major progress points may be to actually buy the books that I'm gonna read. It may be to set on my calendar the dates that I need to execute. Then it may be to research the books that I'm gonna read. Once again, these pivotal major progress points that I need to check off that get me to my 12-week goal. Once again, your major progress points need to be in line with your 12-week goal. Step 3 of phase 2 is pivotal actions and tasks. Pivotal actions and tasks. So these things that we need to do, these actions that we need to take regularly help us hit the goal. Every 12-week goal should have at least 3 major milestones. Every major milestone should have at least 3 pivotal actions and tasks. So for example, let's say that my 12-week goal is to read 10 books. My major milestone is to buy the books. Well, okay, my pivotal actions and tasks from there would be maybe post on Facebook to get book recommendations from my friends. I gather all those. Step 2 would be do my research or research those or look those up on Amazon to see what the reviews are. And step 3, action task would be to actually buy the books. Once again, you're simplifying the process. Complexity is the enemy of execution. You're taking the complexity and you're stacking it all up front to break all this down so that executing throughout the year becomes, well, a lot easier. It's a lot easier. Step 4 in phase 2 is you need to create the habits as a person that you need to become the person to actually execute on these things. What are those habits? And maybe your habit to read, as an example, is to read every time you go to the bathroom instead of cruise on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is that you do. Maybe it's to read or listen to an audible book every time you drive. Whatever it is, what are these actions? What are these things? What are these habits that you need to create in your life to actually get you to your pivotal actions, your major progress points, and then your 12-week goal? Y'all, that's phase 2. That's phase 2. And my friends, if you also found some value, once again, man, share it. Share this video. I love doing these videos. I love being able to, man, make an impact on you any way that I can. And the only way that this channel continues to grow is if you share, when you find something valuable. So if this is valuable, share it. Like, all those kind of things. And then my friends, as always, live always with aloha. Peace.